Hello students, in today's lecture we will discuss the various chemical properties of Fischer carbons. We will discuss in detail the thermal decomposition, oxidative cleavage, beta substitution, nucleophilic attack on carbene-carbon, addition of carbon nucleophiles like alkanes and alkynes, reactions with alkynes, Diels-Alder type reactions, Wittig type reactions, and some reactions of chiral carbons. But in starting, we will give some introduction about the various types of reactions. This is the general formula for a Fischer carbon. Here we have different types of substituents. Now, what are the various types of reactions which can occur? There can be substitution of these ligands which are attached to the metal, or substitution of these pi donor substituents present at carbene-carbon. So, first type of reactions which these Fischer carbons can undergo, they are substitution type reactions. The category B is of in which the reactions occur at carbene side chains. Means there can be beta hydride abstraction and so on. So these are the reactions at side chains of substituents at carbene-carbon atom. Third type of chemical reactions which can occur, there, as we know, there is electrophilic nature of the Fischer carbons. So these carbons can be attacked by some nucleophile. Next type of reactions which we will discuss, they are nucleophilic attack at Fischer carbene-carbon atoms. Means at this position we have C type of reactions and at this we have B type of reactions. The next category which we will discuss here is insertion reactions. What type of insertion reactions can be? They can occur at this metal carbon double bond. Means we can attack here alkenes or alkynes to form metallocycles. The next type of reactions which these carbons can undergo, they are oxidation or reduction of metals. So in these reactions, the transition metal which is forming Fischer carbon can undergo oxidation or reduction to form different types of products. So in all, the complete set of reactions involving Fischer carbons is substitution type reactions which can be at the pi acceptor ligands attached to the metal or at the side chains which are basically side chain substituents at Fischer carbene-carbon atom. The category B is at side chain reactions at of the substituents which are present at carbene-carbon. Category C involves the nucleophilic attack at Fischer carbene-carbon because in Fischer carbons the carbon atom is electrophilic in nature and hence is easily attacked by the nucleophiles. In other words, Fischer carbon is having partial positive charge. There can be insertion type of reactions in which alkenes and alkynes will be coordinated at this double bond to form metallocycles. And the last one are oxidation or reduction reactions of the metal forming Fischer carbons. Now the very first type of reaction, we can categorize these reactions into different sets of reactions. The first one is thermal decomposition. So in case of thermal decomposition, what happens? Thermal decomposition of carbon complexes usually leads to more than one type of products. Now, what are those products? Consider the example of this Fischer carbene. When we heat this Fischer carbene, we will get two products. This is the first one, this is the second one. So these products which are formed here, they are actually formed by thermal decomposition of these Fischer carbenes. One type of product is formed by rearrangement. This product is formed by a rearrangement. And the second type of product is formed by dimerization. So in this equation we have shown both types of products. This reaction does not follow the formation of free carbenes. Now what is free carbene in this case? This will be the free carbene if it is formed here. This type of carbon is not formed in this case, because if this carbon would have been formed, we must have obtained some cyclobutanone, but actually that product is not obtained in this reaction. It means the reaction is proceeding through either rearrangement forming this product or by dimerization to form this product. So we are not obtaining any free carbene here, means this bond is not at all cleaved at all. This is undergoing just a rearrangement or is undergoing dimerization. So this is the first type of chemical reaction, that is thermal decomposition. The second type of reaction is the oxidative cleavage. The oxidative cleavage of these Fischer carbenes can be carried out in the presence of some oxidizing agents, which can be cerium 4 compounds, pyridine N oxides, and the solvents generally used are DMSO, and we can also carry out its aerial oxidation. So consider the following example. Again, the case which we have written just in the last case. So in the presence of cerium 4, this Fischer carbene undergoes oxidative cleavage to form the product like this. So this is the product which is obtained in this oxidative cleavage. So as I told you, in place of cerium 4 we can also use pyridine N oxide in the presence of DMSO or O2. So this give rise to ketone derivative. So what we are getting here? We are getting here ketone derivative in this case. So this is the second type of chemical reaction which the Fischer carbene generally undergo. The third one is beta substitution. Now this beta substitution is very important because, as I told you earlier, the Fischer carbenes can undergo side chain reactions also. So this is belonging to that category. Here we have the same example which we have used in the last two reactions. So metal is attached to this carbon atom. This is alpha carbon atom. This is the beta carbon atom. So at this position, this hydrogen atom can be removed as H positive, because this chromium will withdraw the electron density toward this side, and this H will undergo this H will lose electron. The electron pair will be shifted to this side. The reaction is occurring in the presence of butyl lithium. Alkyl lithiums are used to abstract this H positive, because this is positively charged, this is negatively charged. So butane is finally removed here. What we are getting? CrCO5 double bond C. Here we have O. Here we have negative charge because of the loss of this H positive. The negative charge is accumulated at this beta carbon atom. After this, it undergoes a rearrangement type reaction in which this bond is formed here and this is shifted to this position, as I told you in the very first step. What we will get now, we will get CO5 Cr, negative charge on this chromium atom, carbon. Here we have now double bond oxygen, and this is the group. And now we can attack it with alpha chloro substituted dimethyl ether. So this will cause the addition of this molecule at this beta position. So what we will get in the next step, CO5Cr double bond C. So these two structures, they are resonating structures, and they are formed because they are stabilized by the process of resonance. So actually we have here negative charge. At this position we have negative charge, so CS2O CS3 group will attach at this position like this, and Cl negative is removed in this step. And finally, on acidification, we will get the product CrCO5 double bond C O. Here we have now CH2 group, because this H positive will cause the hydrolysis of this bond. Methoxy group will be removed with this H positive to form CH3OH, and finally we will get this substituted Fischer carbene at beta carbon atom. So initially there was hydrogen atom, but now we have this CH2 group present at beta position. So this is the third type of chemical reaction which these Fischer carbenes undergo. The fourth type of reaction is very important, and this is actually the nucleophilic attack on carbene carbons. This is important because we know that the Fischer carbene carbon atom is electrophilic in nature. So a variety of nucleophiles can attack the Fischer carbene carbon atom. The attack of amines gives rise to zwitterionic intermediate, because amines, we know that what are amines? NH. If this is secondary amine, we have a lone pair of electron on this nitrogen atom. We can also have primary amines, and we can also have tertiary amines. Consider the example CO5Cr double bond C, methoxy substituent at one position and alkyl substituent at second position. If we attack NH2R, means primary amine, as nucleophile, so this nucleophile will attack this electrophilic carbon atom, and the electron pair of this metal carbon double bond is shifted toward metal. What we will get? CO5Cr single bond now, and negative charge at this position, carbon, and here we have this methoxy substituent. Here we have N2H and one R substituent with positive charge on this nitrogen atom, and one phenyl substituent or R substituent at this position. So in order to differentiate this R and R, we are using one of them as R dash. So from here there is loss of methanol. How it is possible? H is removed from this position and methoxide is removed from this position. So what we will get? We will get CO5Cr double bond C. Here we are left with now NH R, and here R. This is R dash. So this is one type of reaction in which we are having substituted this OMe group with NH R substituent, and this is occurring because of the nucleophilic attack of this reagent on this electrophilic carbon atom Fischer carbene. So in the next type of chemical reactions we will discuss the addition of carbon nucleophiles, and these carbon nucleophiles are generally alkenes, because alkenes have a double bond in which one of the bond is sigma and the second one is pi, and this pi bond is weaker and can be easily used as a nucleophilic center to attack at Fischer carbene carbon atoms. So consider the example double bond C. Here we have methoxy, here we have phenyl substituent. So it can be attacked by OR. What is OR? Alkoxide group है. It is alkoxide group. This pair of electron can attack this one, and this is shifted to this side, and this is shifted to this side. The reaction is similar to the earlier one, because in that case we were not using alkenes. We were using some species which were having a lone pair of electrons on them, which can act as nucleophile and attack the electrophilic carbon atom. But in this case we are using alkenes as nucleophilic centers, because the product forms are totally different in this case. So what we will get here? We will get CO 5 Cr. Now we have single bond carbon, phenyl substituent, methoxy substituent, and now to this carbon atom we have this carbon atom attached of this alkene carbon CH2. Then we have again this carbon, but now it is attached with a double bond to OR, one lone pair of electron and one positive charge. So this is the product which is formed here, and we have a negative charge at this position. So now this negative will attack this center, and this electron pair is shifted to OR group. Now what we are getting here? We are getting here Cr, CO5. Here we have phenyl substituent, methoxy substituent, and we have OR substituent at this position. Finally this is cleaved on heating to give pH OMe CH2 plus CO5 Cr double bond. Now we have at this position and OR at this position. So again there is a substitution. So there is interchange of the substituents. This whole group is removed, and this double bond HOR is attached at this metal atom. Now the next is reactions with alkynes. Reactions with alkynes. This is very important part, because in this case we will get heptamers. Now what are heptamers? We will discuss them in detail. Consider the example CO5 Cr carbon. Here we have methoxy substituent, here we have phenyl substituent. When it is attached or attacked with alkynes, we have similar type of attack which we have discussed in the last case. The product formed will be like this. Here we have R substituents, double bond. At one position we have phenyl, and at other position we have this methoxide substituent. After rearrangement we will get CO5 Cr R pH and methoxide group. So in the next step there is CO insertion. This is the additional step, CO insertion. Now this CO is inserted at this carbon and metal double bond position. So what we will get? We will get CO5 Cr. Here we have the other substance attached here, a double bond, methoxide and phenyl substituent, and now we are having CO attached at this carbon metal double bond. Now this will undergo rearrangements to form products, and after a series of steps like CO elimination and enolization, we will get different types of products, basically two products. And what are those two products? I am writing them here. This is the first one, This OH group is formed as a result of enolization, and this is the phenyl substituent which we have shown as one of the ring in this case. We have CrCO4, and the second isomer which is formed is so these are the two isomers which are formed in this case, and because these isomers are just different in the donation of pi electrons, this pi electron donation can be either through this substituted ring or through this non-substituted ring. So such type of isomer which have the same formula but the rings which are donating electron density to the metal center, they are called haptomers. They are referred to as haptomers. So the reactions with alkynes leads to the formation of haptomers. This is very important reaction. This was the reaction with the alkynes of that Fischer carbenes. The next is Diels-Alder type reactions. These reactions are also very important. We know that what are Diels-Alder reactions. Diels-Alder reactions in which we use some diene and dienophile. There are two types of species which we use. So similar to that reaction we are using here. Now consider the case here we have methoxy substituent and here we have this type of ring present here, and this is diene. Here we have CS3 group at this position. So this part will act as a dienophile and this will act as a diene. So in this reaction the conditions are 25 degrees centigrade temperature and 3 hours took this reaction to complete. Now what are the products which are formed here? The first one is, here we have this methyl substituent, because this group is now attacked at this dienophile position with this dienophile and will result in the formation of a 6-membered ring which we are having here now. And along with this we will have carbon methoxy group. This is that carbon methoxy group, and at one position this is double bond CrCO5. So whole part is similar to that one. So actually what is happening, this group is being attacked by this diene. So what we will get here, we know that this is a type of reaction which occurs. So in this case we have this double bond. If we have one methyl group here, we will have this methyl group at this position. All other substances will occupy their respective positions. Or what the other product can be? The other product can be, it is simply the methyl substituent at this position, and here CO methoxy double bond CrCO6. So again two isomers are formed. The first isomer is formed in 92 and the second one is formed in 8. So their ratio is 92:8. Now why this is so? In second case where the ratio is just 8%, we are having this methyl substituent, this bulky group adjacent to each other, more closer to each other, and due to these repulsions this product is formed in lesser quantity. But in this case they are occupying para position to each other, means this substituent and this substituent, due to less steric hindrance, so this product will be formed in higher yield. So this is 92% in its yield. So this is Diels-Alder type of reaction in which we are using this Fischer carbene as a dienophile, and we are adding some diene molecules from outside. The reaction is maintained at 25 degrees centigrade and is carried out for 3 hours to form two products. Two types of isomers are formed. One with lesser steric hindrance is formed with 92% composition, whereas the second one with more steric repulsions due to more closeness of the substance is formed in 8% composition. This is the seventh type of reaction. The next is Wittig type of a reaction. We know that Wittig type of reactions in organic chemistry, in which we use Wittig reagent. Now what is Wittig reagent? Wittig reagent is, we have this is the Wittig reagent. So before discussing the Wittig reaction for these Fischer carbons, we will discuss the Wittig reaction which we have studied in organic chemistry. So in organic chemistry, what happens? We use ketones which react with Wittig reagent. This is Wittig reagent, in which this phosphorus is having three substance bonded through sigma bonds and one CS2 group. This is called Wittig reagent. And finally, what is the product which we get from this reaction? This is basically the substitution of CH2 with oxygen, and CH2 group is now with ketonic carbon atom, which was initially ketonic carbon atom. So there is interchange of these groups. Oxygen atom is coming in place of CS2, and CS2 is occupying the position which we were having oxygen atom in case of ketone. So how this reaction occurs? In this reaction, there is formation of a cyclic 4-membered transition state. So let this is pH, these are the substance which I have written here, O, and now this is attached with CH2P, and here we have these three phenyl substance. This is the 4-member transition state formed between these two reagents. So how it is happening? Actually, CH2P. So this is Wittig reagent. There is formation of new bonds and cleavage of older bonds. So this part results in the formation of this type of arrangement, which finally cleaves to give the product with substituted oxygen and CS2 groups. So this is Wittig type of reaction, and the same type of reaction can occur in Fischer carbons. Now consider the example CO5W, W is tungsten, C, pH, and this is the Wittig reagent. So what we will get now? We will get a substituted product in which this PPH3 group will now occupy this position, and this whole CPH2 substance will be with CS2 moiety. Means there is interchange of this group with this group. So what we will get? We will get CO5W double bond P, and these are three phenyl substance, plus what we will now get? C, pH, double bond CH2. So this is Wittig type of reaction which these Fischer carbons are undergoing. The next is reactions of chiral carbon atoms. Reactions of chiral carbons. Now why we are using this word chiral? Because the carbon complexes react with diethyl fumarate under chirality transfer to yield an optically active cyclopropane. So the reactions are important in the preparation of optically active organic compounds. The reaction was proposed by Fischer in 1973. So we can manipulate this reaction by using an example. We have chromium. In place of 5 CO, now we have 4 CO substance, and one of the substance in this case is substituted phosphine, in which we have one of the substance as pH, second one is propyl, and third one is methyl. So in this way this phosphorus atom is chiral in nature. So initially the reactions which we have used, there we were using 5 CO, but now we have used only 4 CO in this case, and one of the CO is being substituted by this chiral tertiary phosphine, in which the phosphorus atom is attached to 3 different types of groups. Now when it is reacted with the compound, particularly alkene, at 40 degrees C for 6 hours, we will get a substituted cyclopropene having optical activity. So in this way we'll have this one here, phenyl substituent, here we have COO ethyl, and here we have second COO ethyl group. The reaction is occurring in a simpler way. Here we forgot to add this group. Here we have pH and OMe group. So in this way we can carry out the formation of substituted cyclopropenes which have chirality in them. So we can introduce chirality using chiral carbenes. So the reactions are very important in case of if we need to prepare some chiral cycloalkene derivatives. So these were the chemical reactions which we generally observe in Fischer carbenes. So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you.